Alright, this is for my cousin and one of my absolute sisters, Ashley Marie Riley. Okay, first of all, I gotta say this. I am so mad that you have been still liking my mess on Facebook, commenting and everything, and I haven't put anything on your wall for your birthday. I know that I text you, but you deserve so much more than that. And um, I was planning to make an amazing wall post and with pictures and everything like I like to do, but I'm just kind of starting to understand time is money, and I don't have the best grip on time, and I like to just sit around and write and think and plan flowers. And right now I get up for work every day, out the door around 6 and then don't get home until about 7. So that is a little bit of my excuse. But the other reason is that I didn't want to be blowing up your page on Father's Day, taken away from the beauty of Father's Day. And then there was Juneteenth weekend in Texas, which is really important. And I'm not even going to explain Juneteenth because I tried to explain that to my parents this weekend, and my mom said, "Why Carla thinks she's the only one that knows some history? We know what Juneteenth is." So then I said, "Well, what is it?" And then they told me. So, okay. All right. So, anyway, I am 2 days late, and I'm sorry, and I love you. And I want to make sure before I went to bed, I'm going to give you something that you deserve. And I was too tired and too groggy to write this. And I knew that if I started writing, because I'm like a production type person, everything's got to be like a big something for me, like expression of my love all the time. And I just knew I was going to write a little bit to come back to tomorrow. Then before you know it, it's Friday, and now I got to cut down the 10 pages to like be something that like, you would read. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just go to the Carla closet, throw on something cute. That's for you, boo. And do this video. All right. Ashley Marie Riley. Happy birthday. Ooh, Gemini. Let me tell you something about you, Miss Gemini, Mrs. My cousin, Mrs. Okay. First off, this is what I was thinking about. The best moment, the best, this is the best effing moment that I've had so far this summer. When we were doing our book club thing, rest in peace, Bestie, coming back soon. Had to get back to life. Y'all wasn't replying on the book club page after the. Okay, anyway, when we did our we did our video for Bestie Book Club, and you said, "Excuse me, y'all, if my kids, run over me a little bit. I know that everybody think my kids, talk back or whatever, and I promise that I got them under control, but they try to run me over." I was like, yes, karma is real. Oh my God, yes. That moment, that was so funny. Seeing your kids running up in the camera, talking all they little mess, and you talking about, sit down, getting all frustrated. Girl, I'm like, if that, woo, karma. Ashley and Jordan, Aaliyah, I hope you watching this. Your mama was bad. She was a little spoiled brat, and she was worse than y'all ever are on camera. And she getting what she deserved. And it's so funny because every time I watch the videos of you when you were younger, I'm like, she always wanted to be ghetto. Like, you weren't even, okay, we switched places, but you lived in that house that I always wanted to live in. You lived, like, we used to be like, Ashley lives next to a lake, even though it was like a stream, that little pond. But, I was the one, back then, Woodland Hills, 95 Way, Mara, Warrensville were like the nice black suburbs, and I'll come to your house like, this is the dream. And you all up in the camera like, hey, cousin Carlton. Like, just exaggerating and just I don't even I'm like what did she watch to act like you was like 7 years old and just doing little truth and dares for people and just you were bad and you got the kids now and they some little talking mouths and little fast things, especially that little Jordan. But Jordan to me is like a mixture of me and you, which is really funny. But anyway, so that's what I thought of. I started thinking of when you were younger and you were very lively and very stuck on Ashley, full of Ashley. And I'm like, man, you are something else. But this is what I'll say. I read this quote from Nikki Giovanni today, and it went something like this. I shared it with my team, and I know they were annoyed, like, really, we need a Nikki Giovanni quote to start our day off with. And we obviously ain't all women, but if they send other quotes, we obviously ain't all men. They say he. So anyway, so the quote said, this is a man saying to a girl. He says to her, you mighty full of yourself, ain't you? And she replies to him, show me someone who isn't full of herself, and I'll show you somebody who's still hungry. And so what I wanted to say was, around the time of middle school, that Ashley, that was just a little fast talking, little stuck on herself, little think she ghetto, little, in her star world. That Ashley, when I would come back to Ohio for our family giving or, gatherings, I kind of saw her more reserved. And as you moved into high school, I saw Ashley that was more finding herself. And even during that time, even though we were very different, and I was doing this and I was over here and you're living this life and we come back together, we'll always be so happy to see each other, I still feel like we found ourselves in each other. Like that time that we spent over the holidays was always very important to me. So what I have thought about is this Ashley who was all of that in a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, some made raisins, and Doritos. I had to look over there at my box to think of some names. But anyway, and the one who became more quiet and reserved and maybe has some quiet storms that weren't able to really be spoken for. And I thought of you having Jordan around, after high school. And I don't know how you manage that. I don't know how you went from this girl who went to private schools, who, lived in a decent house, who had, grew up Christian background and had these, all these things hovering you, some building and preserving you, some silencing and not allowing you. And then to have this thing dropped that maybe other people would be like, what? Ashley? You know, just unexpected. And I hate to say, I hate to use the word strong because sometimes we use it wrongly. Like, you're supposed to go through a bunch of pain, especially as a black woman. Like, you're supposed to go through a bunch of pain, and because of that pain, and you're still alive, wow, you're strong. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that how could someone so delicate and literally like tiny, but also delicate at that time, and I'm thinking of in spirit, be able to come out such an amazing younger mother. And, the way that you the way that you are with Jordan and Leah makes it just, uh, it's really incredible. And the reason I told the story of when you were younger is because I'm very proud of you, and I am starting to see. So I don't need to be on video. I should have wrote a status. Uh, I am seeing Ashley come alive again and prioritize and find herself in the midst of raising two children and allowing them to grow with her. And I feel so blessed that you've never let go of me, and thankful for Facebook even, and that you came to spend your birthday with me, your vacation, away from it all, from your relationship, from your kids, and to get away and chose me as that destination. And I feel that since then, that sisterhood that we've always kind of had, like you, it's just never gonna go away. It's been able to actually grow again to another level, because I think over the years, on paper, um, you know, maybe I would seem like the one that is achieving things that could be more admired or something. I don't know. You've told me, given me many kudos. And on your birthday today, I want to say how much I love the girl who is fast talking and sweet and inviting for everyone, yet has her own swagger and is opinionated, sometimes a little selfish, but very, very caring and wanting everyone to go on the journey with her. And the fact that I see that Ashley coming to light in you, and you doing that and becoming that amidst raising your children so excellently and reading and giving them Black history books, and dressing them, and also getting over um, you know setbacks and going after your nursing. I really think you're incredible, Ashley. I really do. I think that you don't realize, I know this sounds cliche, but it's really true, because you do so much. And I pulled up an excerpt on Gemini's, and specifically those born in your era. And it actually, I'm going to read it to you in a minute, actually talks about doing so much. Um, and not even, I don't even think you realize how incredible it is the way that you have your place decorated. How incredible it is the way you present your children. I mean, I'm like, damn, because I'm just raising me, and I can't, it's hard for me to keep my own place clean. Like, let alone clean somebody else and my place and myself. Not saying I'm clean, but that was nasty. You're a real woman, and a real woman doesn't mean, oh my God, there's never any, dirt on my floor, or I cook every day. Um, but it's somebody who takes responsibility for themselves. And you take responsibility for your life and two other lives, and you wake up every day and you go and you keep going, and you know, you show us, how fly you are in your pictures, and in your mind. Your mind. I love it. Like the way that you post your questions on Facebook, and the way you engage people, and the way you do things just to see people's different opinions and perspectives, which is also in the horoscope I read about you. It's so beautiful, Ashley. And I remember when we were in that chat for Bestie Book Club, and you said it was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen a young woman in our age group say, because society allots women a lot more uh, excuses and a lot more um, reasons to hang on, especially black women, to hang on to pain. And it is real, but I think as a woman and as a black woman, we don't know how to tap into our true strength. And not the kind that's like, I gotta go through so much. And because I'm somehow not dead, that makes me strong. No, that you might be weak because you can't ask for help. And you have a problem with thinking that you should always bear the brunt of the world, uh, brute of the world rather. But anyway, in that video, you said, you know what? When you said when I was younger, I made some choices that impacted me. You're talking about high school. I mean, this is way before you graduated. Most of us graduated way before you became a mother, anything like that. Nobody takes credit for when they were smoking back then, or drinking, or having sex, or cutting class, or doing anything. And I thought, man, here this girl is going back to her youth and saying, I was conscious enough and had enough awareness and had enough upbringings and had enough of these things to know that I was better. And I made bad decisions and I owned up to them. When you did that, that made me a better person. Automatically. And in fact, on Father's Day, my dad asked me about, we gave him an open floor because he loved doing that, and to ask us questions. And one of mine was, about my journey. And I said, one of the things that I haven't been able to admit in my journey is just like, yeah, maybe certain environments weren't conducive to me, and maybe, I did have a hunger for other things, but truly, I need to own up to the fact now that I'm incredibly impatient, and that's not always a good thing. And to say I've made mistakes and am imperfect is just pathetic. In our society, we allow ourselves to say those things to make up excuses. And I never forgot when Ashley um, talked about being a younger female and saying, I just made some wrong decisions. And I want to admit that today, that I just made some wrong decisions. And it feels so good because it's like, Lauryn Hill said that be brutally honest. That's the only way to say relationships, be brutally honest. Well, what better relationship than to say the one with yourself first? And so I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for your life. And I want to thank you for being so sheer and so honest. And you did that. You do that on Facebook. You do that. You did that in the book club. You use your life literally as a living embodiment and testament to purpose, and to growth, and to reflection, and to failure, and to success. And it's really, really, really beautiful, Ashley. And you're a phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman, that's you. You are a phenomenal woman. And I love you. And you are a sister to me. And I'm so blessed to have grown up with you and to have experienced so much with you. I'm thankful for that fight that we got in last year, just like when we were little kids and we both went to opposite sides of the apartment complex. And then the next day came back and just didn't even need to say much, but still said stuff and prayed and talked. And I love you and hugged one. I mean, that's real shit. Because, you know what I mean? Friends these days, like, don't ever disagree or argue about nothing. Like, if you taking, I ain't not trying to hate, but that real friendship that you have, like when you was little, where you would disagree or get in an argument sometimes, or like I'm playing in my playhouse, I talk to you later this afternoon. Like, that's some sister shit, and I have that with you, and I'm so lucky. I love you so much. I mean, everybody knows that I could say, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so stylish, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we know that. Shit, we see you, you know? We're related, but you're an incredible human being and woman. That's what I want you to know on your birthday. That you are a queen and I admire you. Your kids are so lucky and I'm so happy to see my bratty Ashley back to opening her mouth and smiling and being herself and just just doing your thing. Like we really think that we all want to get to this point where we're like, I don't know how to say it. It's just that I wouldn't trade you. I don't I like that little like spark of sassiness that you have and even the little stinky selfishness that you still have. Like it's cute. And you check yourself on it so it's not like you're like, but it's just be you cuz you're just so incredible and I'm thankful for this day. Oh, I'm going to read you something from the Gemini that was some of the things from the article that God, this computer, it's like 20 things. Okay. So this is you specifically. There's 3 classes of Gemini, and you're in the third. If you're born between the the 13th and the 21st of June, the influence of Aquarius and the unpredictable planet Uranus has a sway over your life and your temperament. You are spontaneous in many areas of your life and like to explore the unknown. Your life will swing from the positive to the negative, so you must be prepared for some turbulent times in your life. At least you'll never be bored with the challenges that are presented to you. And as you grow older and develop more wisdom, you're likely to be regarded as someone with extraordinary knowledge and a capacity to help those around you. Your path is one of compassion and humanitarianism. That's so true. And then there's a few other things in here that I'm going to read that reminded me of you. Um, as a Gemini, you are a bowerbird mentally and take an interest in all sorts of different things. Anything that gets your mind thinking over will grab you. You constantly try to challenge your mental abilities and will make extra efforts to understand anything you put your mind to. You can't understand why other people don't feel the same way. To you, this kind of stimulation is your lifeblood. Anyone who engages you in quick-witted and thoughtful banter will win your heart for sure. Let me read that again. Anyone who engages you in quick-witted and thoughtful banter will win your heart for sure. Yes. Some great communicators are born under your sign. Actresses Helen Hunt and Marilyn Monroe, for instance. Didn't know that about Marilyn Monroe, that she's a communicator, because I always only see her dress flying up. But I thought that was interesting that they used her. Like them, you take an interest in anything that requires a little brain power. Reading and ferreting out information on the internet are a perfect way for you to unwind. So don't be mad that you up on that computer watching CNN while your kids gone typing on the internet. That is you, woman, making statuses. That's so you. Communication would have to be one of your favorite pastimes. Yes, okay? Like I'd be like jealous of your Facebook, like, like this is just this is she getting paid for this? Like, and who's all these people liking her stuff every single post she makes? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, that debate was not that engaging. That question she asked, like, I don't ask that before. Okay? Taking up acting classes wouldn't be a bad idea either. We're related. Even if you don't fancy yourself as an Emmy Award winner, meeting new people and sharing your thoughts and feelings with them is enough of a blast for you. Okay, so I'll stop there. Those are just some. Oh, here's one last thing. People always love your company. Your adaptability makes you interesting. People are amazed at your versatility, at the way you manage to juggle so many different activities. Is there anything you don't try your hand at, they wonder? Yes. Okay. Dang, where's the one that talked about crap. Okay, there's a piece of advice I want to give you because you do take on a lot. Well, leave it at this note for your birthday. You're the type of person friends and relatives turn to for advice on their love life. This has an upside for you too. It helps you understand what's going on in your own life, romantically speaking. You seek to grow younger rather than older. Physically, you will maintain a youthful glow and you will never lose your fun-loving liveliness. You're really not into that growing old gracefully thing. Vitality and constant stimulation are what you are about. A peaceful old age is definitely not your cup of tea, even if you happen to be over 60. Keeping you around, girl. Happy birthday, Ashley. I love you again. Hi, my little cousins. I can't wait for you to come down with your mommy next time. You are so blessed, and she has really given her life for you, and we're just all thankful for Ashley on this day. Hallelujah. Ashe. Have a good one, Ashley. Happy birthday week, month. Sorry this was 2 days late, and sorry it was so long, but I am too tired to shorten this video. Okay, night.